Hi guys, Justin here. Welcome to Farm 26. And yeah, so with our haying adventure, I kind of had a problem with the old Minneapolis Moline here. She's leaking a lot of hydraulic oil, and I'll grab you and we'll show you. So obviously it isn't running, but you can see where whatever seal was there. Someone's been in here and siliconed it and whatnot, but you know what? We're going to see what that's all about. What happened was I had this 3-point V-rake on here, and you know, whether you like them, love them, hate them, doesn't matter. But anyways, I hit a gopher mound and it jarred it, and all of a sudden it popped. So we got her unhooked, and we're gonna pull her in the shop. So this right here is your actual ram for your 3-point, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to pull it all. I've never pulled one of these all the way apart, so I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's your ram. So what the problem was is this pipe right here that feeds your ram was only in so far, and if you pull them out, you can see that O-ring was on this side of the gasket. It's got to be, you know, flushed in all the way to be actually sealing on the deal. So I don't think we're going to be in too bad a shape. I think if I just pull this cover off, and this should just be your oil routing cover for your open center system, I should be able to just, because this is just a passage through from your valve back here. It just sends it from there to there. It's just a path. So I think what I can do is maybe even just pull this off, see what's actually under there. If it's just a gasket, I might cut a gasket. And if there's some O-rings in there, see if I can match up some O-rings. Well, we'll see what we can do. I'm gonna pull that cover and see what we can find. So we're going to make ourselves a gasket here, and I forgot. And one thing you do want is you want to use these hole punches and for your bolt holes. It just doesn't work. And this is the set I got. It's a Mac. You don't need to have a Mac. It's what I got. But yeah, basically just center them up. I traced my gasket out, and then you don't have to go real crazy with this. It's just, all you need is the hole. I mean, if it takes you a couple bites to get her, that's fine. You can really mash and stretch and break gaskets, especially on corners if you get too wild with her. But if you just kind of take your time, it really isn't that hard to make a gasket. And I don't know if I can get an OEM gasket or not. I kind of just want to get the thing up and running, so. It kind of sucks when you lose horses. Man, I don't know how they did it back in the day. Man, you lost a horse, and let's say it was a poor year, man, you couldn't just go out and buy one. You had to deal with what you had until hopefully you had a foal around, you know. And that wouldn't have been every case, but you know. Okay, well, let's see. Our bigger holes, I bet you 5/8 and 3/4. That one looks about right. And this is the hole that broke out on us. And I guess it wasn't the gasket's fault, but the gasket is getting fixed either way. Yep. 3/4, a nice fit. there she goes. I mean, you are kind of cutting it. I'm not going to say that you like work it in a circle, but that's kind of what it is. You kind of do work in a circle. Well, there's half our gasket. So I just took and I bolted that on there real lightly, just all by hand. Nothing super tight or anything. And I'm trying to open up a razor blade here without cutting myself. So what we're going to do is fine tune these little holes, these bigger holes, and just work them out. Razor blades work great for this. X-Acto knives are even better. I haven't been doing a lot of this kind of work, and I mean, X-Acto knife disappears around here like. Yeah, just work it, and I'm gonna finish the rest of them up off camera, but you get the idea. So I punched a hole through the middle of it, and now I'm just gonna keep going with this. There's 100 ways to get here. Your tightest gaskets are going to be if you take and just run your razor along your casting. I'm not saying it's the only way to do it. It's just a way to do it. You are going to go through a few razor blades doing it this way. Don't kid yourself. Okay, take this one up to a casting. Oh, we're right on a curve already. Your bends are the hardest part to deal with. That's where an X-Acto knife comes in real handy. But yeah, just keep shaving pieces off. Well, I'm going to finish it off camera and show you what we got. And here's what we come up with. Is it perfect? No, you can find blemishes. But, you know, it resembles it. Thickness is pretty close. It's not exact, it's pretty close. The only thing we are really going to do other than this is we are going to use a gasket sealer, and we are going to, it's not a hard set, so it's not like a shellac or anything, but I've had real good luck with it. It actually comes from the boat world, but yeah, we're just going to, oh, there goes my nut. Get him back. I wonder what happened to that can. He's normally here up on my shelf by the bench, but, well, we'll find him. We'll get him together. All right, we'll see you at the tractor. So to clean this gasket up, we're just going to take and pull one spring out at a time. I don't want to mix them up. We're just going to cut all this off, and I'll probably just run a brush over it real quick. Gasket scrapers are nice, putty knives work, but yeah, the old razor blade, it gets under just about everything. 5 minutes here really does save you a lot of time. I do hate when I see this orange shit. I lost an engine due to this orange stuff. It plugged up a rod cap or a rod bearing, and yeah, no oil. I mean, you kind of know what happens when you got no oil. Let's see, what's this guy? Well, you get the idea. And I'll take a wire brush when I'm all said and done, and we'll get them there too. So I got my gasket here, and I already slobbered it up with Perfect Seal. And I'm just going to slide him on. When you got studs, it's easier to throw your gasket on the studs than to try and glue them to covers and all that jazz. We are going to have some springs to deal with. A couple of them are going to go on real nice, and a couple of them are going to be just not all that much fun. But yeah, you can see that. Well, I kind of wonder there, why is he that way? Let's see. Well, that's not enough to warrant one way or the other. Kind of wonder if he's supposed to be there or not. No, he's not. There's a wear spot. I'm going to just take a razor blade and trim him real quick. So you can see that he was hitting the plate. So we're just going to get rid of that little finger there. Clean up as we go. Okay. That we need for the passage. I think that's the actual overflow or relief valve. I don't know why I said overflow, but all right, I'm going to get a dab of grease for one spring and I'll be back. So this one spring in the cavity there, you can see the excess grease, and I kind of left him there to kind of show you guys. But yeah, I just put enough grease in that cavity to hold him. And then the rest are going to be a matter of sliding the plate in a little bit and making sure that the springs go on. There's little posts in there. I'm gonna need a little hammer just to, well, can I pull that tube? How's he come out? No, that's a welded in affair. This little swan neck here is kind of bumping up against. I don't have very far and I'm past him. Grab a hammer. Ever so slightly give him a tap in. It's kind of a pain coming out too. Okay, there we're on our springs. Well, it's just a matter of making sure all the other springs are on their posts. Yeah, they all line up pretty good. So we can just shove him in, hold him, and put a nut on. Okay. And then we're just gonna go all the way around and I'll get you when I'm done. Well, I got her back together and yeah, she didn't go too bad in the end. A little bit of fiddling to get those springs and everything all right. And then this swan pipe was kind of bent, so there's a little bit of finagling there, but we got her. But on to the next. I'm gonna see if I can prop you up here in a decent spot. I don't know. Let's see. Stay. There we go. Well, I'm going to change them fuel filters, and I don't even have the stuff, I got the filters on hand. What I don't have is the stuff to take this stuff apart. So let's just give a quick look over real quick here. One's about an inch wrench. Grab a 15/16 and an inch. Oh, and an inch fits on there. She's plenty crusty, but she fits on there. And I'm not changing them because she's running for. It's more on account of she's dripping like crazy, and I kind of want to end the drip. This, let me get another wrench. See if we can drain that bottom out as well. And she doesn't want to go on her own. See if this is just a one-way plug, and maybe I just sit him in the tank and let him. There she goes. A little bit of water, not too bad. Might as well do the same on this, and it's all rounded down there, so using a little channel ox isn't out of the question, but he's not strong enough to bite. So let's see what else we got. Well, I had a real tiny little pipe wrench. I was hoping I could find him. And I know this is like the exact wrong thing to do right here, but I'm just going to go easy. And yeah, we're not wrecking anything here. It's he's already done the crime, you know what I mean? I need another pan though. Or a bucket with some real great fuel in it. It's all good for nothing but a brush pile. Okay. There, that gets like going a little quicker. So that is the oddest thing. That was just a thumb screw at one time. That wasn't even a... It wasn't anything special at all. Interesting. That is, I've never seen a setup quite like this. So, I don't know what holds him into that bowl. I suppose between the, no, that's a hex there. It must be rubber mounted in that bowl, and kind of an it is what it is situation, you know. Yeah, it's still a new to me Moline, so, I mean, they're not rocket science, but I haven't done a lot with him. Then again, he hasn't seen the anchors neither. Let's be gentle with the gasket because I don't know for sure what came with the filters or not. I mean, kind of what you'd expect. Well, with that, I think what I'm going to do is run to the wash tank and get everything cleaned up, and I'll bring you back when I got stuff cleaned up. So on our primary filter here, this is all that come in the box, and yeah, there's nothing extra with it really. So I'm going to have to really get this clean, the surface here clean. And then I'm sure, I think I don't know. I think this one here is most of my leak. And yeah, there's a lot of wiggle there. I gotta find something to washer it up or something, because that's just not gonna hold. I can just guarantee it. Well, I'll figure something out. So on our primary filter here, this is all that come in the box, and yeah, there's nothing extra with it really. So I'm gonna have to really get this clean, the surface here clean, and then I don't know, I think this one here is most of my leak. And yeah, there's a lot of wiggle there. I gotta find something to washer it up or something, because that's just not gonna hold. I can just guarantee it. Well, I'll figure something out. So what I ended up doing is I just made a little donut out of gasket material and a washer. It's not anything great, and I don't know if you can even see that. I mean, that's all it is, just a little gasket washer. And I think we're going to run with it. I know it isn't perfect, but I think it'll be all right. One thing we are going to do is just size these up to make sure. Yeah, they're looking all right. I suppose what I should do though, before I get too carried away, well, I'm going to take the wrapper off. Get him opened up. At least get him onto this. I know this is all maybe not spotless clean, but fairly clean. Okay, set him down. He'll balance. Oh yeah, it's nothing more than a wipe over rag on that. It's actually fairly clean. Actually, both faces don't look too bad. Okay, so we'll just slide him up and in. He does have a spring gizmo on. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but it's not. Not the coolest situation in the world neither. Yeah, we're gonna have to see how he does. He'll either seal, be real good, or he won't, and he'll leak just like he was before. Actually, that base isn't on there straight. I don't know if that's filtered. What that is. There. And just a snug. I mean, we're not horsing them. Okay, on to the next, and I've still got to clean that other base up a little bit. Been a while. So our second filter, he's definitely one of them that comes on about 4 or 5 different applications, had more O-rings and crap in them. But what he's got is a cork top and bottom to seal. We're just going to slide him in. And what's this got to seal? Yeah, there's not that in there. Let's see if I don't have a brass washer or something to throw on him. So I managed to do one better. I had a little plastic ring, and Yeah, with the wear and whatnot, age, I'd say we're just doing better. Get our filter. And up and in and go. And if you see this and you go, well, that's not perfectly clean. You're right, it's not perfectly clean, but it's a lot cleaner than what it was 20 minutes ago. Okay. Shut the drain. And all I'm going to do is just tight enough. He doesn't have to be driven home. He just, no leaks, you know. That's what we're going for, is no leaks. Open our fuel up. And I'll be honest with you, I need to get a couple wrenches. What's this guy? Oh, he's another one of them that's been, now let's see how tight he is. Okay, yeah, he wasn't too bad. You can already hear the air coming out. You can hear the fuel coming in. He's got one too, bleeder too. Not quite as nice, but he's got a bleeder. Now we wait. Tank is over 3/4 full, and they're only up, you know, a couple inches off the bottom, so they will self fill. All we gotta do is wait for fuel to come out of here, and I'll bring you back when that happens. I don't know if you can see the fuel coming out or not, but it is. So give them a good shot. And I normally don't open them that far, but yeah, this is all just gravity feed. There is no pump to it. It just gravity feeds through the filters. And right here is a little pump that feeds your high pressures. So that's what he is. He should fire up. We'll see in a bit. I know it isn't the greatest camera shot, but it's kind of hard to get you guys into something good. Out of gear. And we're just going to let him and actually what we're going to do is make sure our 3-point works. Well, it's a little jerky, but it's left to me. I know it's going to need a little more oil. Whoa! There she goes. Alright, I'm going to shut her down and fill oil and whatnot. Well, we got our oil filled, ran our 3-point, it works good. Fill filters changed. They don't seem to be dripping any. I'm double checking them real quick here. Yeah, I can't really tell. I mean, they got a little wet to them, but I don't know if that's from me bleeding or not. Anyways, the drip is gone. Well, with that though, yeah, drip is gone. So with that, I think what I'm going to say is thanks for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. Do keep them likes up. It's really helping the channel. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Catch you next time.